Tonight on White Line Fever are the Sydney Swans back on track after their 10-goal final quarter against the Demons. Veteran Darren Creswell joins me live to take your calls. Plus, Kangaroo Lee Brown. That's White Line Fever, 7:30 Eastern.
Welcome back to the MCG.
Free. He went to the short man. Barely a mark. Watch it again. Meantime, missed down there by Solomon. The moment has passed. Loney to McGough.
Toward the wing from McGough. Two players to beat has Cloaktoe. Poked it straight to McPhee. Very well done. High kick towards half forward. Off the hands of Fraser. Ball alive. Hurd's there. Can he trap it? Licuria's got him. Crunch on Hurd. Ball coughed up. Reynolds was there. He couldn't trap it. McGough to Loney. And Collingwood away. Inspiring last 5 minutes. Ball in the direction of Woden. Race on. McVeigh. Woden. McVeigh wins out. Woden's back quarter continues. Spearing ball. McPhee. Played well since coming on. Wide ball towards Hurd and he gets there.
Woden's lack of pace then hurt him.
Alessio inside 50. Big leap comes from Lloyd.
He looks as sharp as I've seen him for a long time, Matthew Lloyd. He's grabbing it beautifully. His kicking's been great. And what about a turnover? How costly is a turnover these days? I mean, there's so much pressure on in this game.
Clutching his neck. He's got a bit of the Gary Lyon stiff neck there. He gets taken down. Let's see what happens to his head or neck. I think he gets one over the top here. Oh, there you go. Squashes his head forward. That's got to hurt. Yeah, Woden wasn't able to get away. If he had had a little bit more pace, he'd have gathered that ball before McVeigh got to him and pressured the ball away from him.
One of the great chase from McVeigh, though. Put his head down and made up 15 metres.
You can see the probability. You can see the angle. He's taken 7 marks. Matthew Lloyd, and he's now kicked 3 goals.
Well, this is the best possible result because he's putting some pressure on one of their key defenders, Prestigie Como. Now, the next option would probably be Clement, which then frees up Hurd or Cupido, so it just puts you in the driver's seat from a forward line point of view. Big player up contact too a little earlier, Wakeland and the umpire. We'd love to have a look at that again shortly, but he's just got Presti off the bit at the moment, Lloydie, and his kicking tells a story. He's in good form.
Great build-up to that last goal. Sometime the players know it was on the table then, and Collingwood blinked first. 8-4-4-3.
Welsh out this side, no opponent on the wing.
The ruckman touched the ball. Hill's got it. Bumped off it by Burns. Loose ball. Burns goes again. It's not coming out that time. Ball up.
Yeah, this is one of the more physical umpire-player clashes here. Have a look at this. That is a big hit from Shane Wakeland. Accidental, no doubt, with the traffic, but I'm sure they'll have a look at it.
Brett won't mind.
Burns knocked it down. Johnson back to Burns. Strong tackle, Hurd. Through the legs of Williams. Hurd comes again. Brilliantly done. Barnard hooks it down towards half forward. Coming back, Clement. Howell had bounced awkwardly. Lloyd close to the line. Running out of space. It'll be tossed in.
Let's have a look at how Lloydie and Tarrant are heading. Going head-to-head. That's the umpire's explanation. Now, Lloydie, he's probably been outside the 50 right now, the first time for the game. Legitimately led up to that position, 4.1 to 5.6. So he's doing less running than Tarrant, but he hits the wings on a lead regularly.
Fraser over the top. Jason Johnson slipped over. This is Barnard. Arches the back, gets away, comes to the middle. And Dydak in the road. Exposed now. Going the other way. Searching kick. Big leap at the back. Bolton over Malloy. Wonderful mark. Needed to mark it. Hurd pops it to space. Welsh hard against the boundary line.
Hurd cruising through down the line now. They are just so much better when Hurd gets to quarterback play from around the half-back line.
High ball into half forward. McVeigh worked under it. Loney knocked it forward. Harvey tackled by Davis.
You just cannot allow James Hurd to just cruise around, as you call it, quarterbacking. Licuria is on him at the moment. He's just got to close the distance on him.
Leon has to use some clean hands soon. He hasn't done it for 3 weeks now.
Well, Woden getting some work on his hamstring and Fraser putting some work on the Sharon to get to the wing. Hurd, one-hander. Kicks toward Rioli.
That's his poorest disposal.
Burns, Williams, Cloak, Lucuria. Collingwood away now. Long kick on the lead. Rocker can't quite get the half volley. Malloy comes hard with a boot. Picked up by Lucas, half back for the Bombers. Might get them out of trouble to Barnard. Does well to Cupido. Bombers have the loose man. It's on the wing and it's Hill. Takes the mark. Leads come left, right and centre and they hold him up.
Now Fraser's on the mark here, Dwayne, so it means there's going to be no secondary player up over a contest downfield, and that was that one.
Lloyd dropped the mark but got it off to Jason Johnson. High kick inside 50. All depends on the bounce. Leon Davis tried for the boundary line. Assistance from Williams. And the umpire says toss it in as we go down to Dr. Peter Larkins.
Yeah, you mentioned that Matthew Lloyd had the better of Prestigiacomo. Did miss 6 weeks of football until last week and only played part of the game in Brisbane, Dwayne, after coming back from an ankle injury. This is only his second full game in 7 weeks.
Wakeland and Alessio to do the ruck work. One a bit more experience than the other. Harvey gave it straight to Prestigiacomo. Tackled him, nearly got him ball. Umpire said play on. McGough, Fraser takes the mark on the wing. We're inside time on. Second term. Crucial last 5.5 minutes plus time on coming up. To Cloak. Takes a good strong mark. Close to the wing. Hands off to Clement. The leads come. Spearing ball. He was looking for the pocket and Tarrant. He'll get it eventually after Jacobs got a fist. Welsh steals. Gives to Cupido. Bombers away. Cupido through the midfield. Wobbly ball. Somehow McPhee missed the target. Tackles Loney way too high. And Loney the free kick on the AFL logo.
Jacobs doing a super job on Tarrant at the moment. Prepared to play him from 15 metres in front.
Margin 25 points. Buckley.
You'll have a look at Tarrant's heat chart. Where he's winning it, it's all within about 10 metres of the boundary because Jacobs plays in front. As we see the chip kick going to Scotty Burns, which forces Tarrant to lead just inside the boundaries.
Burns, high ball to the kickoff line. Rocker almost. Didak had it, lost it, goes after it again, keeps it alive. Malloy in trouble, surrounded, very clever, got it to Didak. Rocker too high. McVeigh coming through Reynolds. Davis goes again, dragged off it. McVeigh with desperation, dived on it, and he's penalised. Listen, the price of desperation. Well, to some degree, it goes against the spirit of the game.
It's tough, but you know what? He is right on the money, that umpire. It's a brave decision, but he is right on the money.
No doubt about that. Alan Didak, 20 metres out. Collingwood have already kicked 2 goals from frees. This should be their 3rd and their 5th overall. Didak steers it through. The gap is closing.
Well, that umpire said if you dive on it, you are deemed to have had prior opportunity. So there's no argument in terms of he didn't have a chance. That is the rule. So well, I'm glad I heard it because I thought it was harsh, but now I understand it. McVeigh, the player, Anthony Rocker. Gee, Anthony Rocker was stiff. He didn't get the free kick.
I would have thought it was his kick.
He'd be filthy on that, wouldn't he?
You think of personal records, Gary.
The lead cut back inside, 20 points. Didak, a little smile, although you can't tell with that black and white mouth guard. Bounce in the middle in the shadows of half-time. Buckley, can inspire them from the middle. High kick towards half forward. They're coming again. Didak can't mark this one. Ball in dispute. Slick handball almost finds Didak. Sharking it in the end. Mark Johnson rolls it towards Harvey at half forward with Johnson. They overran it. Loney hands off to Buckley. Collingwood away. Buckley spots Woden. It's in front of him. The race on. McVeigh, Woden, ball, McVeigh. 2 out of 2 for him to Cupido, close to the boundary line. Clement with him. Cupido not quite. And it's out of play on the outer wing. Anthony Mithen on the boundary line.
Thanks, Wayne. Jared Malloy really enjoying this game and wants to be out there. He's only had about 10 minutes of this quarter so far. He's just been taken from the field and a few choice words as he made it to the boundary.
Boundary thrown out his side. Fraser knocked it down. Upended out there was Reynolds. Down goes Burns. McGough did well in a tight situation. Fraser hops it up towards half forward. Tarrant, 60 metres out, wants to go. Kicks high. Rocker moving towards the boundary line. Lucas sprawled in his wake. Pulls it back to the middle. Cloak. In from the side, Peverill did well. Knocks it outside the 50. Buckley loads up right on the 50. Bends it back. The goal of the afternoon off a step.
Nathan Buckley has amassed 19 possessions in this game already. And it's been a super hard for footy, but when he does something like this, it's almost as effective as his previous 5 kicks, because he should push forward more often, I feel. Peverill was unlucky. He left Buckley to cause the spoil on Cloak initially, and it fell to his direct opponent in Buckley. But he's a freak, that bloke. He's going to cruise around for 20 before half-time.
He's just not doing the job, really, Peverill.
He's not close enough to
He's not capable of doing it on the burst. Let's have a look at Chris Tarrant at 6.5, just a touch over for the match so far. That's what Collingwood going towards that left-hand side of screen on that screen there. Most of it this quarter has been inside 50. He's worked pretty hard.
4 of the last 5 goals to Collingwood. Bounce in the middle. Takeaway important. We won't get one. Buckley inspiring them at the moment. Kevin Sheedy on the phone. Mark Harvey to his right, and there is Buckley and Hurd leading the possessions. And to think those two, Buckley and Hurd, played in a junior ACT state team when they were kids. Would have been a fair junior team to coach that one. Who would you pick as captain? Picked up by Jason Johnson out of the middle. Kicks to half forward. Hurd almost, but not quite. Barnard clever to Harvey from 51 to the goal square. Lloyd almost had a lot of it. Clement relieving handball to Wakeland, tucked into the boundary line, and off Mercedes. Well disguised. Will get a ball in the forward pocket.
Well, we're inside 2 minutes now. You can bet your bottom dollar Collingwood will try and press an extra one down here. Up until this game, we had a couple of quiet ones, but no possessions this quarter, and been found out on 2 or 3 occasions for raw pace.
Going at his third. Tight. That's good.
Well, he's doing it against Clement now. He took Clement back to goals on that occasion and just turned him around. Clement tries to get to the contest right about, not yet. He starts going back about now, and he's running away from the kick there, and he's coming back in, and he comes back up the middle. He's actually reading it really, really well. No wonder they're pushing him to the goal square and trying to get him isolated.
1 minute plus a breath left in the opening half. Bright sunshine apart from the light tower across the centre circle. Fraser to McGough. Wide ball from him. McVeigh with Davis, and McVeigh gets there. Big games have been Leon Davis's bête noire. High kick towards the outer side. Trying to get there. Johnson cuts it off. Gets it to Williams. To McGough. Now Buckley. Still time perhaps. Inboard Buckley, but it's cut off by Peverill, and he holds it up.
So that's wrong, Dwayne. That's his opponent. And I know he's got the ball, but you'd want him to be the one pressuring Buckley, not the one marking it down the line.
To Jason Johnson. And now the short pass to Reynolds. One last roll of the dice, perhaps. Oh. Beautiful mark by Lloyd.
Great hands again. This is when he's at his absolute best, is when he hits a footy like that at pace, and he's been so clean. This is his 8th mark. Wakeland has been moved on to Lloyd. Prestige Como just been relieved, couldn't go with him. And if he goes in with 4 for the half, it may be one of those occasions where he gets a big bag, and they need it, the Bombers, if they're going to win.
Last kick of the opening half. Matthew Lloyd has kicked 3 goals, all in this term.
Now, Wakeland's come back a bit, Dwayne, and the umpire said, don't jump over it. There you go, don't jump over. So he's got a little bit up his sleeve to come forward. The umpire's watching it like a hawk. He can only think what they would think if he gave away 50.
Hitting him beautifully.
Good probability. This well within his repertoire. From outside 50. Drop punt. It's touch and go. It's go. Lloyd has 4.
4 second-quarter goals to Matthew Lloyd. He has looked dangerous on every occasion into his second opponent. He's taken 8 marks for the game. He looms as a key player in this half-time. 25 points is the margin, second half about to get underway. Before we do, we can go to Anthony Mithun, who has the assistant coach for Collingwood, Terry Danaher.
Thanks for joining us, Terry. How was the mood in the rooms? It was a deflating feeling seeing Essendon kick that last goal on the siren, I suppose.
Oh, yeah, we let them kick those last couple of goals, but it's only half a game gone, so we just got to settle down and get our best 18 on the paddock there, and hopefully if we can lift our intensity, get that ball out of the centre and get it going forward where our forward line is open, where it's open. It'll give us a few more options, and we can get Taz and Anthony Rock and those guys into the game.
All the very best against your old side.
Thank you.
He's not too stressed either, Big TD.
Gotta say, I played on Terry so many times. You could blow up his car, burn his house, and he'd turn around and say, "How you going, mate?"
Them and we a bit confusing with Terry as well. There's the bounce to start.